Thank you for watching Lango News channel.
Anita versus Norbert Mao, a fact-based analysis on who could be the better Speaker of Parliament. The position of Speaker of Parliament is one of the most powerful and delicate offices in any democracy. It demands procedural mastery and political tact, institutional independence, and personal authority. In Uganda's political landscape, two prominent names often emerge in serious discussions about parliamentary leadership: Anita Among, the current speaker, and Norbert Mao, a seasoned lawyer and veteran politician. This analysis objectively examines their records, strengths, weaknesses, character traits, and strategic positions to assess who on balance could perform better as Speaker of Parliament without partisanship or sentimentality. Anita Among enters this comparison with one undeniable advantage: direct experience. She has served as the Deputy Speaker and is currently the Speaker of the 11th Parliament. This means she is not learning on the job. She is already managing debates, enforcing parliamentary rules, overseeing committees, coordinating with both the executive and legislature. Her background as a lawyer and accountant strengthens her grasp of procedure and institutional management. Supporters argue that under her leadership, Parliament has been energetic, visible, and assertive, with faster legislative throughput and a speaker who commands authority in the House. However, this same authority has attracted criticism. Amongst leadership style is often described as firm, even heavy-handed by her critics. There have been public controversies related to transparency, expenditure, and international sanctions imposed by foreign government. Allegations she strongly disputes. These issues have affected the perceptions of neutrality and integrity, which are core expectations of the Speaker's office. Additionally, a strong alignment with the ruling party, while a source of stability and internal support, raises concerns about whether she can be seen as fully impartial in a highly polarized parliament. Norbert Mao, by contrast, brings a very different profile. He is a seasoned lawyer, constitutional thinker, and accomplished orator with decades of political experience. His career spans being a member of parliament, a district chairperson, a long-term leader of the Democratic Party, and currently Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Mao's legal background and intellectual depth position him as someone who understands the spirit, not just the letter, of constitutional governance. In theory, these qualities align strongly with the ideals of a neutral, rule-based speaker who protects minority voices and parliamentary independence. Yet Mao's weaknesses are structural and practical. He has never presided over parliament. The role of speaker is not merely about intellect or public speaking. It is about managing real-time disorder, political pressure, procedural disputes, and competing power blocks. Mao would face a steep learning curve. Additionally, his long leadership of the Democratic Party has coincided with electoral decline and internal party divisions, raising questions about his ability to consolidate broad political support. His cooperation with the ruling government, especially his acceptance of ministerial role, has also blurred his opposition credentials for some supporters, which could weaken trust in his independence from both sides. From strategic standpoint, Anita Among's path to victory is built on continuity and numbers. She benefits from incumbency, strong ruling party backing, and established networks within parliament. As long as stability, predictability, and experience remain top priorities for the majority MPs, she retains a significant advantage. Mao's strategy, on the other hand, would need to rely on building a reform-oriented coalition, appealing to MPs who prioritize institutional integrity, legal rigor, and less partisan speakership. The path is possible in theory, but difficult in political environment where numbers and party structures matter greatly. Character also plays a decisive role. Amongst decisiveness, political sharpness, and assertiveness favor strong control of the House, but risk alienating those who value consensus and restraint. Mao's calm demeanor, intellectual humility, and constitutionalism favor fairness and moral authority, but may struggle against the rough and tumble realities of parliamentary power politics. Looking ahead, both face setbacks. Among must contend with sustained scrutiny, reputational risk, and the challenge of providing neutrality despite political dominance. Mao must overcome doubts about experience, party strength, and whether he can translate ideas into operational authority within parliament. In conclusion, the choice between Anita Mao and Norbert Mao reflects a deeper question about what parliament values most at a given moment. Anita Mao represents experience, control, and continuity, qualities essential for efficiency and order, but clouded by controversy and perception of partisanship. Norbert Mao represents legal depth, constitutional ideals, and the promise of a more independent speakership, but faces significant practical and political hurdles. If Parliament prioritizes stability, procedural mastery, and immediate effectiveness, Anita Mao remains the stronger candidate. If, however, the appetite shifts toward reform, legalism, and symbolic independence, Norbert Mao becomes a compelling though challenging alternative. Ultimately, the contest is not just about personalities, but about the direction and the character of parliamentary leadership itself.
Thank you for watching Lango News channel. Please subscribe for more updates.